Hi everyone, today I'm going to be analysing the Pokémon Sylveon. Now this is a unique colour analysis and I hope that you find this video relaxing and interesting. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so first we are going to analyse Sylveon's undertone. So what we're going to do is put the blue based neutrals on first, the soft white and the French navy, and over the top put the cream and the tan. And I'm using two light palettes, just like on the last video with Princess Peach, because with Sylveon's features he mostly has light features, and fair features, so it's imperative to use two light palettes in this case. Okay, and these are the warm neutrals over the top, the cream and the tan. I'm going to see how well each of them harmonizes compared to the other. So we're going to do warm versus cool. These are the yellow based neutrals on the top versus the blue based neutrals on the bottom. Let me know in the comments, please let me know in the comments which is best for Sylveon. Which is best, warm or cool? Okay, which one harmonizes the most? And I'll give you my opinion right now. You can pause if you want to type in the comments and I'll tell you the answer straight after this. Okay, so the warm neutrals I feel are just not harmonious with Sylveon's features. It's quite muddy looking, you know, especially with the tan. I think the cream is okay, but the tan just is very disharmonious compared to the soft white and the French navy. It looks really expensive, really bright and clear, lots of clarity here, and that's my conclusion with the neutrals. We're going to do some more colours though, so don't worry, that's not the end of the undertone test. I'm going to do some more colours, show you some more. And we're having to use extreme ends of the palettes, extremely warm colours versus extremely cool colours. So the warm colours have a lot of yellow mixed in them and the cool colours have a lot of blue mixed in them. So now we'll try a couple of reds. The first red is going to be burgundy, a very blue based red, like a burgundy Bordeaux colour, and we're going to use this against the geranium red, which is extremely warm. There's a lot more yellow in this one. Yes. Okay, so warm and yellow based versus cool and blue based. Which one looks more expensive? Ignore the fact that this is satin underneath with the burgundy. Okay, orangey red, what do you see? Versus blue red. Okay. Again, I find that the burgundy is a lot more in harmony, a lot more in focus than the geranium red, which just looks very orange and it just stands out far too much compared to Sylveon's features. So now we'll compare a couple of greens. So I'll use the apple green versus the jade green. Okay, just because I think I should have used apple green before because it's visibly more warm than the curry green is on camera. This is jade green, a cool blue based green. Okay. And we'll compare that to apple green, which is warm and yellow based. So go from here to here. Now, what do you notice when this green is on Sylveon? What is the first thing you notice? Do you notice Sylveon or do you notice the drape compared to the jade? It's like magic, isn't it? Okay. And just put that over the top. Let me know in the comments. Press pause if you need to, because I'm going to give you the answer straight away. Now, the apple green is far too bright, far too warm and yellowing next to Sylveon compared to the jade green, which is really fresh in Sylveon's context. It's really gorgeous, harmonizes perfectly with his fur and felt eyes. Yeah, it's a perfect match, actually, I would say, in Sylveon's case, compared to this green. Can you see the lack of harmony? We'll do some more colours. So we'll do cyclamen pink. Actually, no, we'll do it the opposite way around this time, where we see the coral, which is warm and yellow based, versus the cyclamen, which is cool and blue based. So here comes the coral. And over the top, we have the cyclamen, which is cool and blue based. So cool and blue based, warm and yellow based. Now you can see that the cyclamen is a lot more effortless to look at on Sylveon. It's really effortless, really expensive looking, doesn't get lost in it, whereas the coral goes ahead of him. So the cyclamen is the better match. Let's do a couple of blues next. Okay, so this is aquamarine, which is a very warm and yellow based version of blue. Versus sky blue from the summer palette, which has a lot more blue in it. Now I will admit this is where it becomes a bit more tricky because of the eyes. We've really got to focus on the overall appearance. So the sky blue, does this harmonise well? Or does the aquamarine harmonise well? Okay, look at the whole picture, not just the eyes. Comparing aquamarine to sky blue. Now sky blue is really in harmony with Sylveon's features. He glows instantly. Every colour on Sylveon's appearance glows, whereas the aquamarine is nice with the eyes, but everything else gets washed out. The cyclamen is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The coral is too orangey, it's disharmonious, actually puts a bit of shadowing now that we look back on it. Apple green, far too bright. Sylveon's not in focus with this colour on at all. It's very neon in his context. The jade is fabulous, absolutely amazing. Very in focus in the jade. Geranium, again, you see the colour before you see him. The burgundy, I think, is beautiful. Certainly a better match than the geranium. The warm neutrals look very drab, actually. Some people look golden with these on, but in Sylveon's case, there's no golden look, there's no golden appearance, it's just everything is sallow and drained. In comparison to the cool neutrals, which I think are absolutely fabulous in comparison, really expensive looking, really in harmony. So I'll do a couple of metallics next, just to make sure we know what Sylveon's undertone is. Let's do gold versus silver next. Okay, now let's take a look at silver, which is blue based, from the summer and winter palettes. This represents the cool blue based metal. Okay. And we'll take a look at this versus the autumn and spring's metal, which is yellow based and warm, called gold. Okay, so we go from here to here. Okay, so warm and yellow based, cool and blue based. Now I have seen more obvious reactions to this, but I think this, the silver, is more in harmony than the gold. The gold does have that lightness about it which harmonizes quite well, but the warmth is dulling Sylveon down a bit compared to the silver, which really harmonizes with the misty hue of his appearance compared to the gold, which is not as harmonious in comparison to this really icy features, and it really just harmonizes with everything here. It's a beautiful light coming from the silver drape. So Sylveon has a cool undertone. So what we are going to do now is to take a look at the cool palettes from now on, because there's no point in looking at the warm palettes anymore for the next phase, because we're going to be looking at the intensity phase, which means that we need to see how soft or how bright Sylveon's features are. So we're going to test the summer soft colours, which have more green mixed in them, versus the winter colours, which are more pure pigment, lots of saturation and colour. So we'll be looking at soft white and French navy versus white and navy. Navy is darker and contains pure pigment compared to the French navy. So this is French navy. Okay. And I'll be draping the white and navy over the top. So this is more or less optic white. The most optic white I can find. and navy, which is visibly darker and more bold. Okay, so we have the winter neutrals, the bright neutrals, bright, dark, cool neutrals, versus the lighter and softer, cool, blue-based neutrals. And you can see that this is lighter and softer. Let me know in the comments if you noticed a change. If you haven't noticed a change, don't worry. This is the trickiest part. So, these are the winter neutrals. Pause if you need to comment. Okay, I've noticed straight away actually that not so much with the white, but with the navies, this navy feels heavy in context compared to the French navy. And this look overall looks too bold, too harsh compared to this. This has more elegance to it. Okay, so we'll test the French navy against the, I'd call pure navy. Okay, so this French navy, more grey and a bit of white added to it. Navy, which is pure, with more black added to it. Can you see how heavy that is in comparison to this? Yeah, this just feels harsh in comparison. Just put the whites back on. The soft white is more of a vanilla white, and as you'll be able to see, with the pure white, it's not so obvious on its own. I mean, this still harmonizes quite well, but as soon as you put the dark neutral over the top, that's when you can see the harshness doesn't harmonize. Now let's look at a couple of turquoises next. Let's look at Duck Egg, which is from the Summer palette. It's light and elegant. There we are. That's interesting, isn't it? And over the top, Lagoon Blue, which is bright. Really bright compared to this. Okay, so this is winter, bright, versus summer, soft and light. Let me know in the comment section which one you think is the best for Sylveon's features overall. Okay. Pause if you need to add the comment, because I'm giving you the answer now. You can see, I can certainly see anyway, that the Lagoon Blue goes ahead of Sylveon's features. It washes his features out, makes them look too misty. Everything's pushed backwards. Whereas with the Duck Egg, there he emerges. Everything looks more in focus. Everything looks more colourful, actually. And that is the goal with colour analysis, is to make everything look more colourful and in focus. Nothing pushed backwards, nothing washed out. Everything needs to be in harmony. Now, I must point out I'm not a professional or certified colour analyst, but, you know, I do a bit of research here and there. So, let's do a few more colours. So we'll do the Cyclamen again, which is a very soft and light pink from the Summer palette. And we'll compare this to Magenta, which is a very, very bright pink. Okay, this is, watch this. Okay. So, magenta versus the cyclamen. Oh. Yeah. And we'll compare that to cyclamen. Watch. It's magic, isn't it? So magic. You can see that the magenta just completely steals the show. Everything is about the colour and not about Sylveon. Sylveon is not the protagonist or the centre of this stage compared to Cyclamen, which I think is going to be a 10. I think this is going to be a wow colour. I think it's stunning on Sylveon compared to the magenta, which is just far too bright. You see the colour first. And it does look warmer on camera than it does in person. In person it looks more blue based, so forgive me for that. Let's do a couple of purples next. Okay, so we'll do a very greyed out version of purple compared to a bold purple. So this is Nightshade. I nearly said Nightingale for some reason. This is Nightshade from the Summer palette. Okay, and we'll compare that to Royal Purple. Okay, so this is a lot darker, bolder. Not necessarily the brightest, but it's certainly bold. Okay, so go from here to here. Yeah, completely taken over. There's a lot of shadowing going on here. It's just out of harmony. It's just too much. The Nightshade is a lot more effortless. A lot more expensive looking. A lot more light coming from this drape. It looks like Royal Purple without being Royal Purple, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? It has that. It has Royal Purple's elegance without it being overpowering like this. In fact, you would think it was Royal Purple on its own on Sylveon compared to Royal Purple itself, which just doesn't look half as elegant anymore. It shrinks his features. Everything's shadowed. You can see the shadows here compared to here. No shadows in comparison. Now let's do 2 more colours to compare. I know some people might find this boring to do more colours, but I think of it more this way. I think of it more as a chance to relax more. You know, if you have more drapes to, make sound effects with. We have the burgundy from the summer palette and the winter palette actually, but it is a bit more on the softer side, especially compared to scarlet, which is really bright. Yeah, it's definitely more about the colour, and actually it looks pretty warm on camera, especially next to Sylveon's features. Yes, this looks so much more elegant. The burgundy is definitely the winner in this case. It really is. It just becomes about the colour with the scarlet. We've got two more drapes. Compare sky blue and electric blue. I'm going to put the electric blue on first, actually, just to, you know, make it more interesting. Okay, so the electric blue from winter, bright, it's bold, you will notice it. Yeah, you really do. And we'll compare that to sky blue, which is really soft, light and elegant, as well as blue based. And compare this electric blue and move up with the sky blue. Wow, what a difference, right? Let me just get it so you can see. Okay, so this is sky blue, and I think you can see how elegant that is, how effortless that is against Sylveon's appearance. It looks very joyful and happy in this context, compared to electric blue, which puts shadows on his face. The scarlet is better than the electric blue, but still I think we can do better. The burgundy is certainly more elegant. The royal purple, move that closer to the face again, is heavy, it's hard on the face. Oops. The nightshade is perfect. There's a lot of harmony there. The magenta is overpowering. It's all about the colour here compared to the cyclamen, which is a perfect harmony. I would say this is going to be a 10. The lagoon blue again puts shadows on his features. It's overwhelming compared to the duck egg, which again is going to be a wow colour. Look how amazing that image is. The winter neutrals, the white isn't bad, but the navy's far too harsh. Especially when it's next to the white. It just creates a harsh effect next to Sylveon's face. And the soft neutrals are much more elegant, much more balanced. There's a lot of youthful light coming from this combination with the soft white and the French navy compared to the optic pure white and pure navy from the winter palette. So Sylveon is a summer. Now let's rate all of the summer drapes that I have in stock compared to one another. I'm going to do the ratings process next to see which kind of summer Sylveon is. Is he a true sweet pea summer? Is he a dark, cool summer? A soft brown summer? Or is he a light pastel summer? We'll also do cross checks at the end with the sister sub-seasons to check which sub-season Sylveon is next. Okay, first we have soft white, and I would actually say that already we're starting with an outstanding colour on Sylveon. So we already have a wow colour. It's so elegant and icy that it's just a winner. Now, let's take a look at French Navy again. This is nice, it's definitely nice, but I think a lighter colour next to the face would be more of a wow colour. I think this is a bit heavy on its own. I think with the soft white it works better. Hold on. It works better with the soft white on. It really does. There's more harmony when you wear it, when it's worn next to the soft white. There's less heaviness going on than with this. So let's take a look at some more blues, because we're in the blue family now. Let's take a look at Delph. Okay, so this is a lighter blue. It's lighter and it's brighter. Making sure you can see the whole face as much as possible. Now this, I think, is the perfect dark neutral for Sylveon compared to the French Navy, because there's more colour here and this works better. And I think we found another outstanding colour. Let's try the cornflower next. This is a lighter version of blue. We're getting towards the true summer area of the palette, whereas the Delph and the French Navy are from the cool summer area. Okay, so this is cornflower, another wow, absolutely perfect. Goes with the lightness, goes with the intensity more, and over the top have the sky blue. Sky blue, another wow, absolutely gorgeous. Excels in the lighter blues, as we've seen. The Delph is a great dark neutral. Let me just do one more blue. Two more maybe, if I can find it. This is Air Force Blue. Again, a bit heavy. It's more of a very good rating, but not next to the face. It would be better with the sky blue or a lighter, brighter colour than that. Couldn't find it the other drapes, so these are going to have to do. The Air Force Blue is very good. Sky Blue is outstanding. Cornflower is outstanding. The Delph is also outstanding as a dark neutral. The French Navy is a bit heavy and needs a pop of colour with it. So that's all of the blue family. Now we'll move on to the green and turquoise family next. Now let's start off with the deepest green from the cool brown summer, the cool soft summer areas. This is sea green, or teal as some call it. Now this is lovely, it's really nice. I would rate that as excellent at 100%. Next we have the jade, a lighter green, lighter and brighter. This is amazing, absolutely outstanding as a green. And for the last green that leans towards turquoise is pastel jade, all around that area anyway. Again, just beautiful, so elegant, so colourful next to Sylveon's face and features. Just everything lights up. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. With the jade, it's the same story. Now let's go for the turquoises. They are next. So we have duck egg, Next, scratch that, it's just one turquoise actually. We have the duck egg. And here we have yet another outstanding colour. Absolutely wow. Pastel jade, pastel aqua colour is stunning as well. Goes perfectly with the eyes and the face. The jade is absolutely stunning. Another outstanding colour. And the sea green is rated as excellent, though a bit too much on the heavy side as a wow colour. So that's all of the green and turquoise family done. Now we'll move on to the reds. Next, first we have the burgundy from the cool summer area. Again, it's elegant, which really works. I'd rate this as excellent at 100%, but needs a bit more light to it. It just seems like it's a bit on the heavy side. Then we go for cherry, which is lighter and brighter. From the true summer and cool summer area. This is already better. Absolutely. I would rate this as outstanding. And coral red, which is from the brown summer, soft summer area. And I really like this too. I really do. I think this is also outstanding because it's more neutral. In Undertone's neutral cool, the cherry is obviously cool, but it's also, you know, emphasizes the coolness of Sylveon's features, whereas this one emphasizes the softness and the neutral cool undertone. So we have two wows from the reds actually. Let's look at the pinks next, once I've unravelled the drapes. We have two wows and one very good to excellent. Just needs a pop of colour, a lighter colour to go with it near the face. Now let's look at the pink family. Start off with raspberry from the cool summer area. I'm going to rate this as excellent. It's amazing. It's actually really excellent. This one just needs more lightness to it, but it is excellent. Let's go to rose pink, which is from the cool and true summer areas of the summer palette. And here I think we found our first wow colour of the pinks. Let's move on to the pastel rose, which is the lightest in the light pastel summer area of the summer palette. And this again, wow, excellent, outstanding indeed. I think this is the best out of the three actually. The rose pink, which is wow in the way that it emphasizes the coolness, but this emphasizes the lightness. And what we've noticed so far is that the light colors, the lightest versions of the colors, are the ones that wow on Sylveon. Let's see if this trend continues when we move to the plum pinks and purples. So we have the rose pink, which is another outstanding, and the raspberry, which is excellent. So Sylveon excels in the pinks. Let's have a look at the plum pinks and the purples next. First plum pink is the amethyst. So this is from the cool True Summer areas of the summer palette. And rate this is excellent. Look at Clover, which is the softest version of pink and plum pink from the summer palette. So it's from the soft summer area. Okay, the softness absolutely works. But I feel like there's something missing. There's a bit of a heaviness here. So let's have a look at Cyclamen once again, that we saw in the undertone and intensity tests from the light pastel summer areas. And wow, this is the best one. This is outstanding. This one, in comparison, feels heavy. Now let's take a look at the purples. Start off with lavender. Here is another outstanding wow colour. Absolutely polished and perfect. Next we have mid lavender, which is slightly darker and from the true summer area, true sweet pea summer area. Another wow. We have the nightshade from the cool to soft summer areas. This is absolutely excellent. Now we'll do the plums. So we have smoked grape, which is the deepest one from the cool and soft summer areas range. And this feels a bit heavy. I'd rate this as very good, but it needs a pop of colour to go with it. Which is where this one comes in with the plum. So plum is from the dark, cool and true summer areas. So here we go. That's much better. This is another wow. So we have plum, which is another wow. Smoked grape is heavy on its own, so it's very good. Nightshade is excellent. The mid lavender is outstanding. The lavender is absolutely outstanding. Cyclamen, another 10 out of 10 colour. The clover is very good to excellent. And the amethyst sweet pea colour is excellent too. So we have a good few more wow colours going on here. Here's me the white drape. The white drape came off. It's really a plastic bag I'm using as a drape. Let's have a look at the yellow from this palette called Primrose, which is the only yellow from this palette in this selection. Wow, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's from the pastel summer area. Sometimes the brown summer and soft summer area as well. But this is just absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely a wow colour. No sallowing or anything like that. It's just perfection. Absolutely. So I think we've taken a look at all of the summer colours that I have available. So now we're going to cross-check the sister sub-seasons. So we're going to test the cool winter colours on Sylveon, then we're going to look at soft autumn, and we're going to look at light spring. So we'll be cross-checking next. Okay, we'll start the cross-check with cool winter. So these colours are the right undertone, but they're also darker and brighter. So this is royal blue, which is not bad. It's not bad. It's better than I expected, actually. But it does cause a little bit of shadowing. Just a tiny bit. Actually, I don't think there's much shadowing at all. But let's take a look at the navy again. And this is where you start to see that washed out effect. More shadowing involved. Let's take a look at the burgundy again, which crosses over. It's a bit rich. A little bit rich. And the fuchsia, using a hat because I can't find the scarf quickly enough. It's not bad, actually. This is not bad sub-season, actually, to work from. Although the navy, I would say, is the worst one out of the lot. But this section works pretty well. Let's see it compared to the others. So we have soft autumn next. A soft autumn is next. We have rosewood. It's a bit yellowing. The softness isn't bad, the lightness isn't bad, but I feel like it's just a touch yellowing. Let's look at the other colours. We have the olive, the dark olive. No. Completely wrong, completely disharmonious. The undertone, the softness, the depth is just all wrong. Look at the old gold. No. It's this discoloration going on. And lastly, the mustard. No, it's overpowering in the sense of its warmth and undertone. You know, the undertone, the depth, even the softness is overpowering in a way, but mostly the undertone doesn't work. This is not the palette for Sylveon at all, really. The only colour that works at all is the rosewood. I mean, that's like a wow in comparison to the others. But this is not the palette for Sylveon, so we can rule out the softness. And the last sub-season we'll check is light spring, which borders with light pastel summer. So we have light fondant or pastel spring to cross-check with next. Okay, let's look at the cream. Oh, we're already starting pretty well. Let's look at banana, the lightest yellow of the spring palette. which has a bit of warmth, a bit more warmth than the primrose. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. It's just the undertone that works a bit less. Let's look at shell pink. The most delicate pink with a touch of warmth. A bit of warmth. Oh, that does work quite well as well. Let's look at geranium pink, which is brighter but still on the light side. Oh, it definitely works. That's beautiful, actually. Considering there's warmth in this, it's still light. And considering there's brightness in this, it's still bright. So, it absolutely works. It's still, because the lightness works. Even though it's warm and bright, the lightness is what really works here. And could actually make Sylveon pass for a spring in this instance. This is Seafoam, a light turquoise from the spring palette. Oh wow, yes, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. That is another wow colour, but this time from a sister sub-season. And lastly, we have the mint green, the lightest bright green from the spring palette. Oh, that's really lovely. It's just a tad bright, but it is amazing. This palette works the best overall. It really harmonises with the ice cream appearance of Sylveon. It's just beautiful. It's exquisite. There's no heaviness. There's no shadowing. There's a touch of sallowing. Just a little bit with the mint green. Not that much. I think this is the sister sub-season, because when you compare it to the heaviness of the winter palette, some of those colours worked because they emphasised the coolness and iciness of Sylveon's appearance. This one emphasises the light features, and overall Sylveon's features are light. So therefore we can conclude that Sylveon is a light pastel summer. But just to check, we'll just compare it to Cobalt from the winter palette as well. Okay, so Cobalt, I'll just add an extra colour. This is a bit brighter and more bold from the winter palette. No, not. It's just heavy. It's heavy. The undertone works, but this is too heavy in comparison to this. I mean, that's just exquisite to look at in comparison. So yes, the pastel light summer, pastel light fondant spring are absolutely the winners of this colour analysis. So now I'm going to show you all of, well, certainly a selection of all of the wow colours from Sylveon's sub-season and sister sub-seasons. See how beautifully they harmonise with his appearance. Next. Okay, so here we have a selection of the light summer colours, the light pastel summer colours, with the addition of sky blue, obviously, got to include that as a deeper, brighter colour, and we can add the coral red as well, just at the edge here. And I'll show you the light summer colours, sorry, the light spring colours as well. You'll notice that I've put the pastel jade as a background as well. Seafoam, so we have I put the mint green, the seafoam, and I'll have the banana next, actually. Put that next to the mint green. Then we have the Sterile Pink and the Geranium Pink. I'll put the cream next to it as well. So I'll put that on the side. All these beautiful ice cream colours. So that's the entire video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you have watched to the end, please subscribe, share this video as much as possible, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my content. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Good night.